Hello?
Hi, hello, is this Layla?
Yes.
Hey Layla, this is Tommy Bryson. Just want to let you know this call is going to be recorded and potentially uploaded to YouTube. Is that okay?
All right. Yes.
All right, how can I help you?
All right. I was calling because I had a question. So, like, I've been watching your videos and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
then I know how you talk about like building credit and like wealth. Okay, so I know personal wealth is good, but I was thinking about like how would I go about like trying to build family wealth? As in like, cause I was thinking about like, cause so I live in Chicago, so like properties such as like a corner store or properties like that, the properties is real good pricing out here. So like how would you suggest I start off if I was trying to open up a family business
When you say family
to build?
business, does that mean your family is involved and they actually want to help you, or does it mean I just want to get started and help my family? What's the difference?
Yeah, it's in the second one basically because I really don't know if I want to hire employees as my like such as my family, but I just want to build family wealth such as like if something was to ever happen to me, which it won't, like they will still be good versus just like personal wealth is good, but I thought it'd be
Mm-hmm.
like it's even better if I have family wealth because like all these people like name brands like Gucci, that's a well people tell me like it's last name and like that's family name, that's family wealth. So like why not build my own family wealth?
When you say family wealth, do you mean family, like entire family, or do you mean immediate family? For example, like your
Immediate.
like okay, you mean like your mom, your kids, and so on. Is what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
All right. So the first step is this, right? The only way to build anything is to start step by step, right? So the only way to help someone else is to help yourself first. It's like
yeah,
when you're on a plane, you ever get on a plane
yeah,
and they tell you like put on your mask before you put the mask on any baby or anything like that. You ever heard that?
yeah,
The whole
yeah,
idea behind it is basically if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't help anybody else, right? So it's great to have family wealth. It's just a great goal to work towards. But overall, the first step is going to be like, how do I help myself first, establish myself first, and then move forward with that? So let's start off by me asking you a question. Right now, currently, do you have any debt?
no.
What's your income?
Income is around nine. We talked before, but income is around 9,000.
A year, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and that's from SSI, right?
yeah,
Okay, so here's the thing, right? The main thing to building wealth is going to be your income. That's number one thing when it comes to building wealth. Your income is going to be the most important. I think last time we spoke, you wanted to get in, for example, I think it was dropship or something like that. Was it that?
yeah, yeah. But I know. So like with the family, I know it takes steps. So look, this is that's why I want to make sure like the steps I'm taking is right. So the steps I was gonna take was first I wasn't gonna do anything. First I was gonna build myself up and build my credit score even higher than what it is, and then I was gonna build an emergency fund high. So high to the point where like if I was to get into the family wealth business and something was to happen, they wasn't gonna be able to sue me anyway because that's what the LLC was gonna protect,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So the first, well, let me just go back to the basics. First step I was gonna take was to
Well,
like,
wait 1 second here, right? Wait 1 second. The first thing is your income, right? That's what we're on right now. Your income. Your income
yeah,
right now is super low, right? And it's not like it's like. By the way, it's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. And I also understand, for example, you're an SSI. Now, is there any skill that you think you can acquire, a trade job or a trade school, or for example, going to college, whatever it is? Is there a skill that you can acquire that you're allowed to do to go ahead and increase your income? Do you know of any of those?
well, I'm good at like that. I'm good at reselling and stuff like that. But as far as the skills, I'm good at editing. I'm a freelancer like with as far as with Fiverr.
You cut out there.
I say I'm a freelancer as far as with Fiverr because I'm good at editing,
Editing what?
like editing YouTube videos. Or
Okay.
sometimes I can Photoshop. Kind of depends on yeah.
Okay. So there are there's three types of incomes, right? You have active income, passive income, and you have income that you're building up, but it's not really there yet. Now, being a freelancer is great, but you need a core foundation of income, right? So if you can get a skill through a trade school or whatever it is, right? You get that skill, you graduate with that skill, You go earn, for example, $60,000 a year or $45,000 a year. That's awesome. You can also do, for example, your side business on the side, but your income is going to be the most important thing, right? And while, for example, you're trying to build up this business, whether it's reselling or freelance or whatever it is, that's going to take time and also fluctuates. And what we want is basically more stability if what your goal is to build wealth.
Yeah.
So a skill that's in demand that you can actually use to give you income that's actually going to be, for example, more stable. While you're doing that, it is a job 9 to 5, of course, but you can also, for example, work on your business side to actually build that up. And when that overtakes your main job income, you can go ahead and quit your job and then basically work on whatever else you got going on.
I like the 9 to 5 idea, but I'm not a 9 to 5 person. But like I nothing was wrong with what you saying. I agree with that. But that's why I say I don't have to build stable income. Is what you saying? Like when you say stable, you talk about like paperwork, like tech stuff, correct?
When I say stable income, well, I'll tell you my story, right? When I went to college, I was doing YouTube, reselling, and flipping phones, right? Those are more, for example, like variable incomes. But I also worked at the Gap, and that gave me basically income I can predict. With that income, I used it to fund my businesses and so on, right? Because you need income to flow through the whole thing. If you're trying to start a business, but you have $9K in income, but you have to use that money for your own like necessities and so on, it's gonna be very hard to build anything correctly. So what I'm telling you, and by the way, a 9 to 5 job is not for everyone, but it is for most people, right? And what I mean is this, okay, guys, it's okay for you to get a 9 to 5 job as long as you have the right why in mind. I'm doing this not forever, but for right now, so then I can go ahead and basically build whatever business I want to with the income I'm getting from here. You don't wanna like cut yourself out of it by saying like, hey, I'm not a 9 to 5 person. I'm more like an entrepreneur and stuff. That's great, but it's okay. I think Jeff Bezos used to work, for example, at McDonald's and so on. Like it's okay to have, for example, a 9 to 5 job. That income is going to be your seed money to put it towards your business and all your experiments and so on.
All right. Okay.
Now, there's something else that you mentioned that actually that I understand. You told me, Tommy, if anything were to happen to me, right? It sounds like that's a concern in your life. Anything would have happened to me, which is not. Hopefully, God willing, I would want my family to be okay. Usually, that's going to involve life insurance. That's going to be the best thing possible, right?
Oh, well, yeah, I got life insurance. Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
But I'm talking as far as like a business standpoint, like it's like, cause I'm I know a lot, but it's like I can't tell my family everything I know. So it's like I can only leave them necessities and stuff like that. As far as that.
Why can't you tell your family anything?
Well, I can't. No, I can, but like I can't tell them everything I know. But like if something was like, I just want to leave some as far as like something they can like. I can leave something they can still build and it can like help them financially.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah, so if you're 19, and why are you in SSI?
Huh? Can you?
Why?
I couldn't really see.
What was that?
You said why I'm on SSI?
Yeah.
Disability purpose. Well, ADHD. Yeah, but they label it as disabled. But yeah, ADHD.
ADHD is your disability?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had a part-time job in a while?
Yeah, I worked at Amazon.
And how'd it go for you?
It was alright, but I quit.
Okay. Now, you ever seen a tree grow?
You said, have I ever seen what type of person?
You ever seen a tree grow? A plant?
Yes.
Usually, you come one day, it's growing. You come maybe a few years later, and it's a big oak tree or whatever, right? That's what you're going to be, but you have to go through the process. You're 19 years old. It is possible for you to go out there and get a job. I know you have ADHD and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. But the whole idea is you gotta get a job. That income is going to serve for you to work your business on the side. That's the best thing possible. Although in my video, for example, by the way, here's your next question. Tommy, but I want to build credit, all this stuff. In my videos, I talk about credit, right? But credit is a very easy way to build wealth and also a faster way to ruin your whole life, right? That's not what the goal is. You can build credit if you want to, but you don't really need credit for like buying a house or anything. You don't need a credit to like start a business. Just start step by step. The first step is I'm 19 years old. If I were you right now, what would I do? I would go to trade school. I would find a trade that I actually like, I'm good at, and it's gonna make me money. Whether 40 to 50K. The money I make from that, right? The goal is I can use this money to fund all of my other ideas. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
What you
but
need is seed money.
I don't like college though.
You don't like
I
what?
don't know. Like I say I don't like college, but like everything you said, it will make sense to do
Trade
because
school is different from college. When you go to college, they give you a whole bunch of BS courses and so on. It's called general education. Trade school is straight
yeah,
into the business. You know what I mean? It's straight into what you want to
yeah.
learn about. That's all it is. It skips everything else. And you got to give things a try before you say, I don't like this. You know, give it a try. Give trade school a try. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the number one thing to building wealth is going to be your income.
Okay.
And the
So
fastest way is going to be like that. Go ahead.
so I wasn't trying to cut you off.
It's okay.
But income wise, so like, what if I was to like get an LLC, and that's what I want to do because I know only way I can like, cause I would have to prove it as far as like with the business, I would have to prove it. So, but like you said, a tax tax. So which LLC, like, I think you had said an S corp, but like acting from like I'm trying to see which one would be the best. I'm just trying to basically pay myself.
The
Basically.
thing is, you can pay yourself, but if you don't have any income, it's going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying? If you get an LLC, it's great for protection. If you get an S corp, it's great for saving money on taxes once you make a lot of money. But if you're not there yet, it doesn't make sense. The most important thing again is going to be your income. I'm always going to go back to the same thing. It's your income. You gotta get a source of income. With that, and by the way, disability gives you money, 9K a year, right? You're 19 years old, but you have
Yeah.
the possibility with a job to make, for example, triple that. With a trade job, 10 times that, right? That's the idea. You have to remember, right? It's not about what you do, it's why you do it. If you have a trade job and you do it for a reason, this is for me, building wealth for my family and getting started in my business, then that's the reason. That's why you're doing it. And when people say 9 to 5, they think about like an office and all this stuff. I don't like that. I don't like this, right? But a 9 to 5 is a massive amount of jobs and different skills you actually need, right? It's a lot. So I'm pretty sure you haven't gone through every single one of them. You got to go out there and taste things and see what you like. And once you do get a job, you're going to probably have to give up disability, and that's going to be fine, right? Because if I told you $9,000 or, for example, making 50K or 60K, you're going to pick the 60K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be my advice. The entire like credits, the whole like business stuff, that's great, but you need income.
Right.
Okay, that's gonna be the most important thing. You don't have to work at Amazon, you don't have to do that, but you gotta go try different things out. If I were you, I'd probably do trade school. Because it sounds like you want to skip all the BS and you want to go straight into the meat of things.
I don't know. I just don't get. I don't know. Like I just don't like that. I don't. I don't know. I've been like that for a long time. I just don't like work. I worked at multiple jobs. I just don't like that. It's just not for me.
What
But
jobs did you have
nothing wrong
before?
with it. I worked at Amazon. I was like a like a, like when you daycare at the park for the kid, like a person, a counselor, like a camp counselor. I was
Mm-hmm.
that, and then I worked in a warehouse before.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot. I can't really name it all, but I did a few things.
Here's what it sounds like to me, right? I'm gonna be honest, right? It sounds like to me you've tried a few things you don't like, and now you're basically saying I don't like anything else. And on top of that, it sounds like you're the type of person that needs to be challenged with what they're doing. If you have a trade job, an actual career is going to challenge you. And it's also going to give you what you're worth for your time. It's hard to work a job when you know, hey, I'm better than this. I can earn more money than this. This is actually boring. When you have, for example, a trade job, it takes work to get it, and it takes work to maintain it. It's going to challenge you. And it's going to give you income, enough income, and also free time to work on whatever you want to work on. But the only advice I have for you is going to be income. You have to have income. Whether you want to do that with a business on the side, where you got an LLC or an S corp, it's gonna be that's great questions. But overall, income is gonna be the key. You're trying to build something with nothing. It's gonna be hard.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm talking about like I'm gonna say. I'm saying I don't. Well, I don't say, but I'm gonna like build the income up, like build a certain price up, and then like, 'cause I got stuff to do it, but basically, I just need to. I want to make sure, like, cause I got income coming in, but they don't show that to the state. They won't know that because it's not no check stubs and nothing like that.
On top of that, right, it sounds like also, right, Tommy, I make money, but I don't want the state to get involved because they're going to take my disability away. You got to get rid of that mindset. Disability is literally going to keep you disabled, right? Because you can't make more money because you don't have to like hide things. It's 10 times easier to make money legally than it is, for example, to try to hide things here and there. Again, it's going to be going back to the same thing, okay? Do you have any more questions?
No. Yeah.
All right. Just consider that, okay? Just do me a favor, right? Go when you're home right now, probably. Just sit down on your computer, go over some trade jobs, and look over things that you might actually like. Look over all the skills, look over the pay, and build kind of like an infrastructure, right? Like, if I did this, how much would I do it for? How much would I get paid? Just like, but you gotta get rid of this mentality of I'm on disability, I don't want to lose it. You're gonna stay there for a very long time if you keep that mentality.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again. Have fun. All right, guys. So overall, you know, every now and then I get very serious with people, and that was one of those conversations. 19 years old, and says, for example, I just don't like 9-to-5 jobs. I just don't want to do this. I just don't want to. It's hard to help someone like that. And I'm gonna be honest, Layla, I love this conversation I have with you all the time. You can call me anytime you want, right? But overall, you have to get income. No income, no business. It's gonna be very, very, very hard. Everyone thinks that it's all about the entrepreneur lifestyle, the being a boss lifestyle, but you have to have income. Gary Vee worked at a winery with his dad, right? For years. Jeff Bezos worked at McDonald's. Bill Gates, like all these guys at some point had normal jobs, and that is fine. But the most important thing is basically, what do I do with this money? I worked at the Gap, at the school, at an office that I hated. I couldn't stand it, but all that money, I grabbed it. The true art of being an entrepreneur is being able to do what you hate in order to do what you love for the rest of your life. And that's usually what's gonna happen, but it's not always gonna be pretty. It's not always gonna be like, hey, I love what I do all the time. It's not always gonna be like that. And that's what you gotta understand, Layla, okay? I love these conversations. Call me anytime, but overall, you gotta go out there and taste things. It is impossible that at age 19, you know for a fact there is no 9-to-5 job out there that you probably actually like, okay? While YouTube was working out for me, I was not putting all my eggs in this basket. No, I had my accounting business. Before I actually quit on my other jobs, I had to wait until the accounting business actually surpassed my job, right? That's the whole idea. So I don't quit a sure thing until what I want makes sense financially. Does that make sense? Overall, guys, comment down below. Let me know what do you guys think. And by the way, the disability is ADHD, I think it is. And by the way, it's like a real thing, right? You can't really focus all that stuff. But however, you can probably work on it. There's medicine for that stuff. You can probably work on it. The idea is you gotta get income. If you have all these big aspirations, you gotta go out there and do something. By the way, I live in the Bronx, not the best area. I see countless people tell me, Tommy, I can't get a job in the books, although I'll earn more money, because basically they'll take away my benefits. Those benefits are going to keep you poor forever. Those benefits are surviving, not thriving. There's a big, big difference, okay? So you gotta make a choice. Do I stay in this nest of comfort, or do I say, hey, I'm done here, I wanna grow? That's the entire idea there, guys. Now, overall, guys, tell me down below, okay? Do you agree with me or you disagree with me? And by the way, if you want to join me on my next call, these calls are free. Just leave your number down. Well, don't comment your number, obviously, but I have a link down below. When you click it, it takes you my schedule and book an appointment, and it is free. And I'll give you a call directly, and that way we can talk one-on-one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. It's the only way I know you like these videos, and it also helps out a lot, so thank you guys so much. On top of that, also, if you want to talk to me or call me all the time, join my Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. Before I go, if you want to watch a full video, another call, here's another call right here, and click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow, and as always, peace.